If she's amazing, she won't be easy. If she's easy, she won't be amazing. If she's worth it, you won't give up. If you give up, you're not worthy. Truth is, everybody is going to hurt you. You just got to find the ones we're suffering for. Bob Marley. Beautiful. She believed she could, so she did. She believed she could, so she did. I'm feeling very inspirational tonight. Just reminds me of some of my favorite quotes. Well, happy birthday, Taurus. I hope you're doing okay. You know, your ruling planet is in retrograde, Venus, and that can be tough. That can be tough because when Venus goes into retrograde, it can cause us to, I don't know, act irrational towards love, you know, towards the people we care about. It can cause us to say things out of anger or out of fear that normally we'd keep under wraps. You know, we'd eventually rationalize it to the point where we wouldn't say it or we wouldn't send that text. But with Venus in retrograde, it's almost like it takes that power away from you and makes you crazy, makes us crazy. You know, it affects us all but Taurus. You're ruled by Venus. So, you know, my thought is forearmed is forewarned. So, you know Venus is in retrograde. So this is a time till May 18th, by the way. It goes direct. And this is just a time to think twice before you send that text. Make that nasty phone call. You know, the thing that you cannot take back. Sometimes I feel like it's a crazy time, you know? Like we look back, and what happens when Venus goes direct is you're almost forced to look back now at, you know, what might sound logical right now. Come May 18th, May 19th, you look back in horror, like, what the hell was I thinking? That kind of thing. But then it's too late. Then you're backpedaling. Okay, guys, so this is May. Happy birthday. Happy Mother's Day. It's a beautiful month of May. So we're going to do a different type of reading this time, a different type of spread this time. We're going to do a little bit more of a focus spread. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put out 3 romance cards. Let me put this down a little bit. And these, of course, are talking about love. And what we need to know about love for the month of May. Now, of course, you know, when you say the month of May, that, of course, can be energy that's happened at the end of April. This is April 30th, right now, the day I'm filming it. You know, and energy can go into June easily. So that's how you look at it. It's not like from May 1st to May 31st, that kind of thing. Okay. So I'm going to put 3 cards down. And this is really what we need to know on a human level regarding love. And the last row is going to just be on a spiritual level. And I am shortening my videos this month because I'm kind of forced to. Yeah, time issues. But I am going to try to do a mid-month. So we're going to try to do that. And I say I'm going to shorten it, but we'll see. Okay, guys, let's get started. Very soon. And by the way, this is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising, singles or couples. You know, just insert yourself where your storyline is, okay? So very soon. What a beautiful card to start with. Well, let's just pull them all over right now. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, your affirmations have been heard. They're part of what brings this energy to you. You know, I love how very soon is your first card, because very soon is clearly deciding what it is you want, what it is you need. Not so much want, you know, what do you need in a person? And being very clear on that, just those elements, you know. I need someone who is, you know, I don't know. I'm trying to think, you know, like someone someone's got a great sense of humor, you know, who can see the humor in things. They don't necessarily, let's say, have to have a great sense of humor, but can see the humor in things. You know, so someone who is optimistic, that kind of thing, you know, not, but gee, you know, they got to be about 6'2", you know, dark hair. No, we don't want to do that. It's really what we need. And, you know, when our affirmations, our prayers have been heard, we always get better than we could ever imagine anyway, you know. Trust. Beautiful cards, guys. I have to say, right off the bat, your spread feels very spiritual to me for some reason. Look at this. Ten of Ariel. Happy birthday. Ten of Pentacles. Three Michaels. Well, way to take the joy out of that card, right? Ace of Michaels. And way to bring it back. So this is more on a human level. And it would make sense that the Three of Swords would be here, you know, on the human level. The pain that we feel, the pain that we can't, it just doesn't seem to leave us. At least that's what we tell ourselves. And then we meet someone new, and that pain just magically disappears. You know, how does that happen? It's because we allow it to go. It's almost like, you know, a subconscious thing. We don't even know we're letting it go as this new love comes in, and then we forget about who? What was their name? So, you know, when we're in the midst of this heartache, it's like, feel the pain, go through it. You know, you're meant to, but don't wallow in it, you know, because it's up to us how long we want to stay in this stage. And look what's around it. You know, the Ten of Ariel is the Ten of Pentacles, and that is, you know, that is having so much to be grateful for. You know, it describes itself as a rich and rewarding family life. But rich is, you know, what you see. Again, having what you need, not always what you want. That's a rich life. So for some of you, It's like very soon. Some of you may be engaged right now, and you're about to get married. You're about to embark on this journey. I feel some of you who are in the midst of this heartache, and there must be quite a few of you for this to be right in the center. I feel that it's like I can feel the energy of being more anxious. Like I feel like you've been calling in your soulmate for a while. And I feel for some of you, this is something you've been doing your whole life. Praying for this type of love. Yet somehow, this type of love keeps showing up. And it's like back and forth, back and forth. But there it is, right there. It's a pattern. You're repeating the same pattern. Perhaps when you're trying to call in your soulmate, you're not being clear. And what's happening is your energy you're portraying, so I'm asking for my soulmate, but I'm anxious. It's almost like I have to have it. So the universe picks up that energy in the form of negativity. Negativity. So sometimes you have to trust that the universe knows much more than we do on what's right for us. But also we do have a responsibility in our own lives, and if we notice that this pattern is repeating over and over again, we have to recognize that. We have to be present. Because I feel that once you recognize it, once you see it for what it truly is, that's it. You can cut it. You can cut it loose. And you realize that you had a part in it all along. And that helps you, it helps your heart to heal. Because it makes you realize that it's not just them. I had a part in it also. There was two people attached here. And yeah, he might have been a real asshole. Or she might have been, like I didn't feel like I could trust her at all. But yet I hung in there. I didn't change my ways either. I pulled back. I didn't trust. So I have my part in this. And now that I can see that I truly recognize it, it's a great day. Because I can now cut it. I can get rid of it. I don't have to repeat it anymore. It's an epiphany, And it's the truth. Once you recognize it, once you find the lesson and you recognize it and you truly recognize it, you're free from it. It's that simple. Because now you can move forward with the truth. And it helps heal your heart. And it helps to allow you to understand, that it's not love that we need to be afraid of. Sometimes it's within us. Sometimes we can control it. We can turn it around. We cannot, we can make sure that the pain of the past, now that we realize it, we see it, we cut it. When this new person comes in, they're going to be the first person in your life where you haven't dumped your past on them, even though you didn't mean to. We never mean to do that. But it's like a ball and chain. It just comes with you. Another heartache, another ball. Dragging it to the next relationship. You can let it go. Here's the Ace of Michaels. This is one of my favorite cards because I feel this is a very realistic card too, because we have Michael at the top of the mountain, and Michael wants us to put ourselves there. So you put yourself at the top of the mountain, and to get to the top of this mountain, it took a lot of hard work. All we see is a piece of mountain that's way above the clouds. Imagine how deep this mountain goes. It's your whole life climbing up this mountain. Rock by rock, cut by cut, scrape by scrape. Bruise, you name it, heartache, loss. But we kept going. Kept going. Because this is what we're reaching. The top of the mountain. Where we can see everything. We see things for what they really are now. We don't have to live in these illusions. This is the goal. This is just the beginning. This is about taking that collective wisdom that you've learned through your lessons and now using it to go forward. So the mountains are gone. There's still bumps, but you can just hop right over the bump. The bump doesn't scare you anymore. Fear, I walk right through it. I've climbed that mountain. I'm at the top. Where I go is up to me. She believed she could, so she did. Page of Air. Five of Earth. Knight of Water. So I love that the Ace of Michael sits above the Knight of Water, the Knight of Cups. Because this is a card about falling in love. Some read, I don't know, it can be read in many different ways, but to me, right now, it's about falling in love. New start. It's a new start, and you're a new person now, because you've seen your part. You've seen your part. You've seen the pattern. You see it now. You can see clearly again. Clearly. You're a brand new person. Confident. You're not dragging that chain and ball anymore. You're falling in love again. But this time, I don't know. This time is different. I feel this time is your best time. For those of you who understand what I'm saying here, then that's who I'm talking about here. Because you definitely get it. And you do it. And that's what I feel. Ball and chain is gone. I mean, can you imagine what it feels like to be able to give 100% of your heart to someone? 100%. That's unconditional love. Some say it's not possible for a human. I don't know. don't know. I have to think about that. So, for some of you, it's a brand new love. And it's a beautiful love. And the Ten of Pentacles is probably here for you also, because it feels like it's just a brand new you, period. For some, you know, for some of you, I feel like it's just recent heartache. You know, like it just happened. Could have been a breakup over money. Yeah, it feels like it just happened. I feel like I'm talking to couples here. I feel like this heartache, I don't even feel like maybe I feel like you're still living together. I feel like it was over money. It was over money, and the way the message was delivered, the way the conversation went was zero tact. You know, it was very cruel. I don't know, crude almost. But it's over money. And I feel, you know, we have 4 planets in retrograde. And I was watching something on the Science Channel, I think, or one of those history or something. And they were talking about how planets, you know, like when a planet goes into retrograde, different planets go into retrograde, it affects our oceans. It affects everything, right? I mean, we have earthquakes, we have tornadoes, all that from what's happening in the skies. So how can we think as humans, I mean, if it can make bodies of water turn into a tsunami, what can it do to us? Little old us. So I think I need to learn more about the planets and their effect on us. But I do know there's 4 planets in retrograde. And Mercury is one of them. Venus, Saturn. Think Jupiter. Okay, don't take my word on that, but that's what I think. Anyway, that's what I feel. Like, I'm feeling it is like, even though it's over money, it's like a temporary kind of, it goes back to the beginning when I was talking about Venus being in retrograde and saying things that we wish we could take back. Because I feel otherwise, it's a pretty happy home. It's a pretty happy home, but it's like there are financial issues. There are financial issues, but I also feel like there is logical solutions to them. It's just right now may not be the time to really dig in, okay? But I feel you're going to be just fine. Some of you, if you feel it's further than that, you can also, it might be wise to ask for help. Someone to talk to. Even if it's like a friend who can be non-judgmental, who both of you can talk to and they can just listen. Sometimes it's just about getting it out, like your story completely out with no one interrupting you. It doesn't happen very often. Sometimes it's just about writing it down. Okay, let's do... Let's do these. Alright, so I'm just going to do a couple clarifiers. See if we can get anything else out of it. I told you I had to cut the video a little short. But I don't know. It looks pretty good. Because, even those who are going through the heartache right now, I feel like, it's solvable. And for others, I feel like you recognize your part. And you recognize the patterns. You cut it. And when you do, you totally feel different. And you have to let me know, because I mean you feel different. You feel free. And because you now are free, it's not that you feel free, you are. There's no chains holding you any longer. And because of that, you have this beautiful energy about you. And I feel that's what pulls this new love in for many of you. And again, I feel for some of you, it's like you have never experienced this type of love because you have never been able to give this much of yourself. And because you're able to give freely, I mean, I have goosebumps right now thinking about it. So I know how you're going to feel. And it's amazing. It's amazing. And, you know, that message is almost for anyone, right? Because really, when we look at it, what you're doing is that your energy now manifesting this beautiful new loving, who's probably the opposite of everything you've had. And by the way, if you keep picking the wrong people, pick someone the opposite and give them a shot. You know, don't go by just their looks, please. You miss so many beautiful people. And, okay. So we're going to put, we're going to do just a couple clarifiers, I think right on top. I'll take those. For some of you with the Seven of Water here, some type of decision you need to make. And it's some type of decision you've been putting off. You've been putting off. It's like you're afraid to take action. You're afraid to take action due to like your own self-confidence is feeling low. But yet, we finish here with the Ace of Waters, the Ace of Cups, falling in love, or the resurgence of a relationship. That love coming back. Perhaps even the couples who are going through this. Now, I'm saying money, but it can be anything, but it's petty. It's important, but it's petty. It's being handled in the wrong way. Let's put it that way. I feel like it's the same thing. Like you can turn it around and start looking to see if there's patterns that you do, things that you do, you know, and start changing the things you do if you notice them. And chances are your loved one's going to start changing the things they do. Sometimes we have to be the bigger person, you know, and that's completely up to you. But sometimes we have to be the bigger person and be the one who starts the beginning, you know, by seeing ourselves. Because then we can change. Falling in love. Some of you, this decision could be moving in with someone. And there's a lot of different elements to it. It's not simply just picking up and moving in. Because I feel you want to move in, but there's, you know, it may be travel. You know, it may be more travel time for you to and from your work, moving from your family. But there's some kind of decision there that you need to make. And it's like you're putting it off. Even though you're in love, you're putting that part off. Well, there I would tell you, take as much time as you need. Because if the person truly loves you, they'll wait. You know, you want to make sure it's right for you too. But there is love here. And I do feel that you'd be very happy. There's just things you have to figure out, you know, for yourself. And some of it is just fear. You know, for some of you, maybe moving from your hometown for the first time. But I feel once you make the decision, things start moving very quickly. And you're going to be very happy you did. Very happy you did. Though it's your decision. You know, just be careful, again, that, you know, watch your words. You know, be careful of your illusions right now because, I mean, we're truly, you know, we're being affected by the planets, and we have to realize that so we can, you know, again, know. It's better to know, right? Because then we can prepare. Because maybe you were just about to send a text and it wasn't good. And now you don't send it. But anyways, look at this. The love is beautiful. You know, we started with heartache in the middle, but it doesn't matter which direction we move, it's good. But it's action. We have to put the action behind here, right? We have to do the work. And this time when we call on our soulmate, we're going to be clear and we're going to be free. So our energy is completely different. And this love can just come. Okay, guys, thank you so much. You know, I'm not going to do a whole long thing because you're probably tired of it, but, you know, if you need any information about a reading, all the information is below, okay? Thank you for the donations. I mean, it's just been tremendous. You guys blow me away, and, yep, I'm just putting it back into the business, and I'm going to start some kind of, I don't know, campaign or something, where I'm going to take a percentage of the donations and put it towards a cause. But I'm just trying to figure out what, because, like, I'm the type of person I like to, I can't, you know, like, I don't know, maybe we can just throw some ideas out there, but, so thank you guys for that. And again, my information is below. Yeah, that's it. I love you guys. It looks great. Just be careful till the 18th of May, okay? Everything else is great, though. Just, you know, keep control of your mouth and your thoughts. Okay, I love you guys. Bye.